Hello, everybody, and welcome to Harrisonville, Missouri, and it is semifinal night of the MRVC Conference Tournament, the inaugural MRVC Conference Tournament, and we've got the first game of the night, the Pleasant Hill Roosters and the Warrensburg Tigers set to do battle here in this one. Winner of this one will go to the championship game and face the winner of the Harrisonville Wildcats and Center Yellow Jackets that will take place at 7 p.m. tonight. So it is semifinal day here at the MRVC West Tournament. We will have two games tonight, and we've got a full slate on Championship Friday tomorrow. We will start at 4 o'clock, probably tip off and get on the air around 3:30 with the 7th place game. So we'll have 7th, 5th, 3rd, and 1st place games for you tomorrow night. Expect some fireworks tonight. Warrensburg playing really well, really good basketball. Harrisonville and Center obviously playing good as well. Harrisonville scored 75 points the other night, 103 points from Center. So I hope Gary brought extra lead. He's got extra drinks and is ready to talk, and his pencil doesn't start smoking in that second game because it may be a track meet of epic proportions tonight. And usually you know how that works out. That means that it'll probably be a 52-51 game or something like that. Warrensburg has Pleasant Hill first, and I want to thank some of our Pleasant Hill sponsors who came on board with us to make sure that they got their portion of the games on. First, I want to thank Daddy-O's Grill House, which used to be in the old coffee shop in Pleasant Hill, and that's where I thought it still was until today. It is right across from the hill that goes up to Pleasant Hill Middle School and to the high school. So Daddy-O's is down at the bottom of the hill, right there at the stoplight. It is over on the left side as you're going north, and they're open for breakfast on Saturday and Sunday. I was like, I'm all in on that, so I'm going to have to go up and have some breakfast at Daddy-O's. They have live music first time on the 18th. They have homemade food, baking items, breads, coffee, cakes, anything you think of, full drinks for the adults as well. So that is Daddy-O's. And, of course, Designs by Cass County Designs, which also takes care of signs around the area. I don't know if anybody noticed this when COVID hit, but everybody had to stay home, and everybody was having, like, parades for birthdays and things of that nature. Well, Designs of Cass County came up with a clever idea. We're going to put a giant billboard basically in your front yard that says happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. You know, we did it twice. We had Braxton's and Collins's. We had big things out front of the house that showed happy birthday to them so that they could still enjoy their birthdays. And it was one of the success stories really to come out of COVID was a new business venture and a new business idea. And Designs does a great job of Cass County. And then, of course, Sonic of Pleasant Hill as well. Those three are sponsors for Pleasant Hill. I want to thank them all for coming on board, making sure the Pleasant Hill portion of the broadcast is coming up on. And, you know, I gave my cousin a little bit of a hard time on Monday, Scott Munsterman from Warrensburg. He is the sheriff in Warrensburg. And I was giving him a hard time because we couldn't get any Warrensburg sponsors. He sent me a whole list, and I was like, I called a bunch of people, and nobody came on board. So then I called my buddy Jason Leary, who's a Warrensburg grad. Half of the town is owned by friends he went to high school with. None of them came on board. So I'm calling you out, Warrensburg. We got to get you guys some sponsors for some of these games, as we couldn't get any of them on the air this week. But we'd love to have any Warrensburg sponsors when we do have these Harrisonville-Warrensburg games or MRVC games, whatever it might be. So nevertheless, we have basketball coming your way tonight. First, it is Pleasant Hill and Warrensburg. Of course, a seasoned Warrensburg team. If you saw them last year, Harrisonville played them 3 times last year, beat them all 3 times, very close games. Warrensburg, pretty much the same team they were last year. Then you have, on the other side, you've got Pleasant Hill, and I've talked to Coach Messenger several times, and, you know, I don't like to ever call it a rebuilding year, but Pleasant Hill's young. They've got talent out there, but they're young. And COVID caused a lot of situations. You didn't have your normal summer routine that you had the year before. So they weren't able to do all the things. I know Gary, we got Gary unmuted here, and Gary, you know, it's just a different season. So a lot of these teams like a Warrensburg, they're playing really well right now. A Harrisonville's got a lot of kids back as well because they're used to each other.
Yeah, and you talk about COVID. The COVID bug struck tonight to both teams. Pleasant Hill's not only young, but they've also lost one of their starters that started the other night, I believe, for them whenever we played them, and that's Sam Slaughter. He's going to be out, so he's one that's out, plus he's got another player or two that's out because of COVID. And for Warrensburg, one of their starters, Cooper Berry, who started the other night for them, he is not going to be playing. He's quarantined. So, I know in football we kept talking about, how long are we going to last? Well, at least these situations here have just been individual, isolated, and so it's not taking a whole team on either one of these. Now, we've obviously lost one team until the finals on Friday, or until the final night on Friday, that was quarantined. The whole team was in Excelsior, and so they weren't able to play until Friday evening. So,
well, I mean, that changes the entire game plan probably for Warrensburg especially because, I look at it two different ways. For Pleasant Hill, I look at it as maybe a blessing in disguise type of deal. With you're already young, we've talked about this in the past with football and basketball. Injuries sometimes cause you to have players have to step up in situations, and that may be a blessing in disguise later in the year for Pleasant Hill because of that. Then you have on Warrensburg's side, you have a Cooper Berry out.
He was their leading scorer the other night.
He was
17.
He was their leading scorer, and their offense runs around that. It's an inside-out ball game. You get it into Berry. If he can't find it, you're going to dish it out to Baldwin, Nappy, Nimmo, or any of the other guys out on the wings for open looks for three. So that changes the look. Obviously, that means Tart's going to have to step up, play a lot. You may see some more Joyner tonight as well from Warrensburg, but that changes the complexion of the game for them. That isn't just a random starter that you don't hear from. That's their guy.
No, and that's where, you always talk about next man up. And that's the reason when you practice, you always practice for that one time whenever, a player may get injured or whatever. You don't want to ever – if you start relying on one player, then when the injury bug or, in this particular case, the COVID bug gets caught – then it really causes you a problem. So I'm knowing both of these coaches, they have practiced for that next man up, and I'm sure Warrensburg will be the same way tonight, losing Cooper Berry, and obviously Pleasant Hill in the same way.
Well, and we talk about it, this is the perfect storm. Everybody's going to have to deal with this at some point this year. I would say it would be highly unlikely any team will come anywhere near an undefeated record this year because they're going to lose players at some point, or they're going to lose games because they had to start their JV or whatever it may be. You just, at this situation, you want to play as many games as you can, and you just want to roll with the punches and get a season in. So you just got to kind of see what happens.
Or you could be like the Denver Broncos and lose everything at one position.
And you know what? And, hey, I am not a Broncos fan.
I am not either.
By no means. But I am sorry, we want to talk about that for a minute. The NFL did them dirty. I mean, they extended the Pittsburgh Steelers Ravens game for like 9 times, and it was like they were like, well, all our quarterbacks are quarantined. Like, well, tough luck. Good luck. Go sign this wide receiver off your practice squad. I mean, that. Thankfully, at the high school level, all these kids can play all the different positions. Anyway, putting a wide receiver that's never played quarterback since like his freshman year of high school in an NFL game. So, you just never know what you're going to get. But nevertheless, we're having fun here. It is semifinal Thursday night from Wildcat Fieldhouse in Harrisonville, Missouri. Warrensburg, Pleasant Hill up first. Harrisonville and Center in the nightcap. I'm going to tell you, get your coffee, get your tea, whatever it may be, because both these games are going to be fun, and that last game tonight is going to have a lot of fireworks, I expect. So we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more right after this. You're watching high school basketball, 4T's streaming on YouTube and 4Ts.com.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
You have many choices when you buy a used car. What do you want? A good deal? A quality vehicle? Outstanding service? At Holland's Auto Sales, you don't have to sacrifice for one of the others. You get all three. The best part is Steve will be there for you because Holland Auto Sales has been Harrisonville's used car dealer for 36 years. So the next time you're in the market for a used car,
Go where the Grammars go, Holland Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
sure, you could drive to the city and save a few dollars on tires, but why? Young's Tire and Wheel Center in Harrisonville is family owned and operated, and their clients are like family. That, coupled with free flat tire repair on new tires for the life of the tire, means you'd be crazy to drive all over the place to save $1. Trust Young's. That's who Fortis trusts to get them safely to all Wildcat games, home or away. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Competition between teammates makes for a stronger and better team. Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth of American Family Insurance were both Wildcats on the field. Now they are competitors off the field. They know that you have many choices for insurance, so they're teaming up to offer free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. Call Lacey at 816-380-2700 or Cam at 816-380-3996 and get started on your new insurance quote today.
For a limited time, you pay what we pay going on at Max Motors dealerships. Shop 24 hours a day. Exclusive at Max Motors, you pay what we pay and not a penny more on any new Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC in stock. All invoices clearly displayed with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest.
Take your car shopping to the max.
Max Motors is your Kansas City dealer. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
Sherwood Community Bank is the hometown bank with all the big bank perks. Internet banking, auto, home, boat, and farm loans. You can get it all at one of their 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville. Checking or savings account all you need? Don't worry. Sherwood Community Bank has you covered there as well. Stop going to the banks where you're just an account number. Go to Sherwood Community Bank where you're part of the family.
And tell them Braxton sent ya.
Stop going online and paying top dollar to make a t-shirt. Call Cindy at C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing. She will walk you through the whole process and have you or your organization looking the best. It's no mistake that Fortis Broadcasting is always the best dressed crew around. We trust Cindy with all of our apparel on game day. Put a personal C Squared touch on your next order. Whether it's just 1 or 100, C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing can get it done. Check them out on Facebook or go see them on the Clinton Square.
Community is important to Excalibur Contracting. Being a Harrisonville business for 14 years, they understand what it takes to be successful and make Harrisonville successful. If you need help with a remodel, grounds, athletic field maintenance, mowing, or landscape, Excalibur Contracting is who to call. Mike and Natalie Johnson with Excalibur are proud to back the Blue both on and off the field.
When you plan a party, the last thing you want to do is worry about cooking and cleaning up that mess. Call the experts at Time for Seasoning Catering. Stephanie will help you plan and execute a brilliant menu for your celebration. Take the worry out of your event and let Stephanie wow your guests with a great menu that they'll be talking about for weeks. Whether a small get-together of friends or a big wedding, Stephanie will take care of you. Visit them online at timeforseasoning.com. That's THYME for seasoning.com to get her booked today. When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance Agent Bradley Sainer can help you understand your options so you can be prepared for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Farmers Agent Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105 to find out how he can help you protect the things that matters most to you. That's Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance Agent Bradley Sainer can help you understand your options so you can be prepared for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Farmers Agent Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105 to find out how he can help you protect the things that matters most to you. That's Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back inside of Wildcat Fieldhouse on the campus of Harrisonville High School. We're a stone's throw from Pleasant Hill, who is playing in this first game of the night against the Warrensburg Tigers. And we have semifinal Thursday night. We have semifinal number 1, Warrensburg versus Pleasant Hill. Semifinal number 2 coming up at 7 p.m., and that is going to be the Wildcats of Harrisonville versus the Yellow Jackets of Center High School out of Kansas City, Missouri. That is what we have coming your way here in about 10 minutes or so. And kind of excited for tonight, Gary. We've seen some good basketball already this week, and I'll be interested to see how these two games go tonight.
Yeah, and even though I'm excited for this game, obviously I'm really excited for the Harrisonville Center matchup because I'm curious. This, in my opinion, this may be the first really big test for Coach Langer. I was drawing a blank for just – and the reason I say that is because he's got a talented team that's going to be able to bring him wins, and he's going to be playing a very talented team in center. And I'm curious what adjustments that he's going to make and how he's going to play this out because he's got – a lot of personnel that he's going to have to defend against, and I'm excited about seeing how he does that.
I'm excited to see how he matches up. I mean, we talk about that game. I'm excited to see. I want to see who's going to be on Stevenson down low. I'm really intrigued by that. I've got my idea who I would put on him. I want to see if his idea is the same or if he has somebody else in mind for that as well. And it's going to take a full effort from everybody from 1 through 5 and really 1 through 9 or 10 on center. They can all fill up the bucket, and Harrisonville's going to have its hands full tonight.
Yeah, and obviously when center throws one down, because we know they're going to throw at least 1 or 2 or 3 down like they did the other night, how Harrisonville responds, because to be quite honest with you, all it is 2 points. I mean, it's a show, and it's fun to watch, but it ultimately just comes down to 2 points. And so anyway, enough about that game. We'll get to that game here in a couple of hours. And we've got Warrensburg and Pleasant Hill getting ready to come up, and I'm excited about seeing how they're going to do it. Both of them have got some challenges because of COVID, and you got a young team against a fairly older team. See how Coach Messenger does his planning as far as this game as well.
And we talked about that a little bit with COVID, and these teams that were young last year are succeeding early in the season because they've been together for a couple of years. You see it at the college level as well. You look at a team like Mizzou. They're playing great basketball. They're ranked in the top 25 now after a good win last week over Illinois. But one of the reasons they are undefeated, those guys have been together for 3 years now. You know, you have these Kentuckys and the Kansases and the Dukes that have all these one-and-dones. Well, they're all new. Kentucky's like 1-5 because these kids haven't really had a lot of practice time together. So that's what'll be interesting to see.
I wish you would tell me that Kansas was 0-something. I'm sure I'm going to make somebody mad out there when I say that because I'm not a Kansas fan by any means. But yes, you're right though, because they didn't have the summer to be able to prepare for for their season coming up. That's when they get a lot of their time, because the season before, a lot of those people are going to graduate and move on. And so the teams have had the opportunity to play together and didn't get a summer together are going to be really better off at the beginning of the season.
So we will see how that rolls. I want to thank our great sponsors from Pleasant Hill that made their portion of the broadcast possible. Daddy-O's Grill House in Pleasant Hill, just down the hill from the middle school and high school. That is Daddy-O's in Pleasant Hill. Of course, Sonic of Pleasant Hill, and our good friends D-Signs of Cass County, who put basically mobile signs in your yard to celebrate during any holiday or graduation, whatever it might be, for that special someone you know. So those are our great sponsors. Warrensburg, they're on the naughty list. You got Santa Claus up here, they're on the naughty list. I couldn't get any of those guys from Warrensburg on board. I'm going to give them a hard time about it. I know enough people in Warrensburg, I can give them a hard time about it. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure that my cousin is probably watching tonight. He's in Jeff City for, I believe, some sheriff's meetings or something of that nature down there. So I'm sure he is watching along tonight. So, Scott, I mean, come on, man. We got to work harder next time. But we're going to have some fun tonight. Warrensburg, Pleasant Hill coming your way in about 4 minutes or so. Harrisonville Center in the nightcap. It is semifinal day of the MRVC West Tournament, the inaugural MRVC West Tournament. And I'm going to put
First
Gary.
annual?
Jerry loves when people say the first annual. He goes, it can't be the first annual anything until you have it more than once. What I'm going to put you to work doing tonight at the end of the night, I want to get totals from the first 2 nights of this tournament, scoring-wise, because the tournament record for points in a game just happened the other night, 103. That actually might stand for quite some time if they end up having this tournament every single week. Obviously, single game record for points in a game. Spiller owns that. I think he had 30 the other night. So
he did.
Want to add some of those up, and then that way going into championship day tomorrow, we can kind of give you a who's who of how things are going in the MRVC tournament and what records were set up.
However, I tell you what, Boston Sanders for Odessa had 27. Now, granted, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of those 27 were from the free-throw line.
Well, and he's got the most free throws in a game. There you go. So we're setting all kinds of records.
How much are you going to plan on me setting records for tonight?
I won't put you I won't get it too bad tonight. So, nevertheless, we got a couple of minutes. We'll have a national anthem coming up in a few minutes, as well as the announcer, the PA announcing of the starting lineups. We're going to take another quick timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up from the pregame show right after this.
We all have a checklist when it comes to getting car care. No matter what is on your list, convenience, knowledge, affordability, friendliness, Colby's Car Clinic has you covered. Convenience is being right here in Harrisonville and taking care of all car care problems. From an oil change to tires and everything in between, it's your only stop. Knowledge is covered with having an ASE certified master technician. Affordability means they will work with you to not break your budget. And friendliness greets you each time you walk in the door as they treat you like an old friend. Go see Colby and the gang right behind O'Reilly's in the Big Blue building.
Does your lawn need some TLC? Owned and operated by 3 generations of Wildcats, Held's Turf Farm is your local stop for sod and topsoil since 1971. Whether you need one roll of sod, a scoop of dirt, or a whole truckload, they have you covered. A new home in your future? Give us a call at 816-540-2020 and set up a quote for new sod installation. Held's Turf Farm is located between Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill and is open 8 to 5 weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays. Welcome back inside of Wildcat Fieldhouse. Our pre-game show has finished up here. Gary and I will be back in a couple of moments for your opening tip-off. We're going to have a national anthem here in the gym, and we're going to take it to a timeout while the national anthem is played. If we don't, then they try to freeze us on YouTube. So we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with your opening tip after this. You're watching Warrensburg Pleasant Hill on 4Ts.com.
When it comes to fast service and reasonable prices, Young's Auto Repair is the place. Whether it is a standard oil change, new brakes, or something major, William and Michelle with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you are back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pocket. Don't break the bank when it comes to your vehicle needs. Instead, come to the shop that keeps the cost in check and you rolling back down the highways. Young's Auto Repair, right across the street from Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial.
It's hard to find someone reliable to work on your small engines. Not anymore. Nathan and the crew at Land & Sand are your stop from lawnmowers, personal watercraft, all the way to Can-Ams and razors. From tune-ups to race builds, they will make sure your toy is ready to play with the big boys. Call them at 816-738-1455 and set up an appointment today.
A strong lineup is always important no matter the sport. The same should go for your insurance company as well. At Stafford & Stafford Insurance, your auto, commercial, life, health, farm, and crop insurance is all under one roof. With a lineup like that, they are sure to have your team covered. Call the team that will line up with the best of them. Stafford & Stafford Insurance in Harrisonville, located on Commercial Street across from Holland's Auto Sale.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a fourth-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. And as always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
We talked about it in the pregame show, how both teams are missing starters, and we talked about Tart was going to have to step up for Warrensburg with Barry being out, and he is in the starting lineup for the Warrensburg Tigers. Get my team straight. On the other side of the place, it'll be Conine, Powell, Whittle, Hicks, and Leda. So those will be the starters for both sides. Pleasant Hill, the home team on the scoreboard tonight. They will be in their home whites, white tops, white bottoms, with the purple letters and numbers with the gold outline. Warrensburg in their cardinal red tops and bottoms, white trim and white numbers, white letters for Warrensburg as we get set to do battle here tonight on semifinal night of the MRVC West Tournament. Winners go to the championship at 8:30 tomorrow night. Losers of the two games tonight will play for third place at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And they're starting to wheel in. You can tell it is also tournament time here in Harrisonville for the Holiday Wrestling Tournament. They're already starting to wheel part of the mat in, because as soon as these are over tonight, they're going to be pushing those back and ready to go. Sonic of Pleasant Hill, our first quarter Pleasant Hill sponsor here tonight. And we are set to jump it up. Powell jumping it up against Nappy. Nappy controls the tip, and it goes to Baldwin, and Baldwin going to bring it across the timeline, and we're underway from Harrisonville to Pitzenbarger. Pitzenbarger going to drive and deliver right off the bat for two, and that is Shelby Pitzenbarger, and he had a good second half against Odessa on Monday night. Back the other way we go with it. Whittle with it, gets it inside, no good. Rebound back to Warrensburg. Nappy kicks it in the corner. Nimmo back out front for Pitzenbarger. He's going to drive, kick it out. Ball knocked away, and it's going to stay with Warrensburg. Looked like Hicks thought it was off of Warrensburg, so he decided not to go after it, and then they said it was going to stay with Warrensburg. So Pitzenbarger to pass it in, far side. 7:22 to go here, first quarter. Baldwin has it for the Tigers in between the circles. Warrensburg going left to right, right to left is Pleasant Hill in this first half. Nimmo's got it between the circles over to Baldwin. Baldwin going to go inside to Tart. Tart immediately contacted by Leda, and they're going to call the foul on Leda with 7:10 to go here in the first, and a 2-0 Warrensburg lead. Warrensburg in the dark colors, white, light colors for Pleasant Hill. They get into Nappy. He's got it on the elbow left side. Going to kick it out to the left wing for Nimmo. Back between the circles they go now for Baldwin with 7:05 to go here in the first quarter. A 2-0 score. A little cut by Pitzenbarger, blocked away. Ball on the ground. Jump ball going to be to Pleasant Hill. And it'll be Pleasant Hill ball with 7 minutes to go here in the opening quarter, and a 2-0 lead for the Tigers. Be Conine to throw it in. Gets it into Powell. Powell ahead to Hicks. Hicks across the timeline. Loses the handle on it, though. Picked up by Pitzenbarger. He was on the end line, or the sideline, and it'll stay with Pleasant Hill with 6:54 to go in the opening quarter of play. Get it off on the wing now. That is Whittem, and they try to get into Leda, but it's picked off back the other way. Pitzenbarger to Baldwin, and they cannot connect. And a rebound for Pleasant Hill. Hicks going to take it back the other way. Top of the key over on the wing. Inside baseline now, jumper. Hicks, no good. Rebound by Tart over Leda. Pushes it to Nimmo, and Nimmo's got it across the timeline, has it on the wing. Goes over to the right side wing. Baldwin to the top of the key with a dribble free throw line. Over to the wing. Nimmo, quick release three, no good. Rebound by Nappy inside, bring it back out. And now Nappy going to dribble drive underneath the Tart, wide open, in for two for Tart. Good look from Nappy to Tart, and it is 4-0 Warrensburg with 6:05 to go here in the opening quarter. Conine to bring it up for the Roosters, and then he drags that pivot foot on the stop, and it's a turnover back the other way. And those are the frustrating turnovers right there. You don't want to get a lot of turnovers, but when you do it like that, those are even more frustrating because you give it right back to Warrensburg, and they're already up by 4. Baldwin with it between the circles over to Pitzenbarger on the left side wing. He dribbles into the left corner, back up top for Baldwin. Baldwin going to back it up and set up his offense with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Baldwin dribbles to the elbow all the way to the rack, no good. Rebound bounces around. Nappy saves it off of Leda, but Leda able to haul it in, get it to Hicks, and back come Powell into the corner. Wildham for three. No good. Rebound back the other way. Baldwin pushes it for Warrensburg, and a little stutter step inside to the cutter, Pitzenbarger, and it's 6-0. Shelby Pitzenbarger's got 4 of the 6 with 5:10 to go here in the first quarter. And there's a travel, and it goes back to Warrensburg. So turnover bug hurting Pleasant Hill early as they haven't been able to get into many half-court sets, Gary.
Yeah, it's and this is going to take a perfect game by Pleasant Hill at their young age. And already down by 6, it's going to make it difficult coming back.
Baldwin has it, guarded by Hicks, has it way outside volleyball line, top of the key with his dribble. Going to dribble it in now off to Nimmo. Nimmo goes to the elbow, left side, floater in the paint, no good. Rebound by Powell of Pleasant Hill, and they're going to push it the other way to Hicks. Into the corner they go. Wildham, 3-ball, no. Rebound on the backside by Nappy of Warrensburg, and they're going to come right back the other way. Nappy now tried to kick it in the corner for Pitzenbarger. Pitzenbarger already cutting towards the basket, and there's a turnover, and it's going to go back the other way with 4:34 to go. So, honestly, both teams struggling with the turnover early and just not a real crisp game so far.
Yeah, and Pleasant Hill's 0 for 4, 0 for 3 for threes, and 0 for 2 under the basket. So, they need to get something started. Now, it'd be a good time to do it.
Widholm for Pleasant Hill had a couple of good threes to kind of keep Pleasant Hill around against Harrisonville last week. Spinning in the corner, 3-ball. Conine on the way, no good. Leda tries to get the rebound, then it's going to be Tart with the push-off, and it'll be Pleasant Hill ball underneath their own bucket with 4:20 to go. So 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 our score on semifinal day at the MRVC tournament. And off into the corner now, Whittle. Whittle up front now to Hicks, over to Conine. Conine's got it left wing, going to dribble into the left blocks and try to get it inside to Leda, but it's kicked out of bounds by Nappy, and it'll be Pleasant Hill ball underneath their own bucket. 4:08 to go here in the first quarter. First sub of the game coming in, Kohler. Checks in for Conine. And get into Whittem up front to Hicks. They're going to give it to the cutter. Powell back to Hicks. Spin it into the corner now. Whittem back over. Spin it over the other way. Kohler into the corner now for Hicks. Hicks has got it out of the corner of the wing. Ball tipped away by Pitzenbarger, but chased down by Powell of Pleasant Hill. And now Powell's got numbers into the lane. He goes. Make it 6-2 on the Powell jumper. Goes back the other way. Nappy with it. Little dribble drive kick out. 3-ball on the way by Nimmo, no good. Put back by Nappy, nobody there to box him out, and it's 8-2. So Nappy knocks it down, and he's got his first bucket of the game, and it's back to an 8-2, 6-point Warrensburg lead with 3:25 to go in the opening quarter. Hicks has got it. And now there's a steal by Nappy. He's going to lay it up and in for 2, and it's 10-2. And Coach Messenger going to call a timeout, down 8 early in this one. We'll be right back.
No matter the time of day, we could all use a Route 44 from Sonic. Good news, if you order in the Sonic app, you get happy hour all day. That means drinks are half price anytime on the Sonic app. Don't worry, it's still traditional happy hour from 2 to 4 every day at the Sonic of Harrisonville. So if you need to refuel with a drink, or maybe you need a snack, come see the gang at Sonic and fuel up.
3:11 to go here, first quarter, 10-2. Warrensburg with the early lead after the timeout by Pleasant Hill. So 10-2 is our score here in this one. We Warrensburg ball after the timeout. And Warrensburg going to show pressure here after the timeout. Going to get it in the backcourt. Hicks has got it. Into the ball game for Warrensburg is Nickus. Now the drive into the lane, no good by Powell, picked up by Pitzenbarger. Ahead he goes to Nimmo. Nimmo goes to the free throw line, backs it up. Now going to dribble into the lane, drop it off for Nickus. Looked like he was out of bounds when he touched that one, but they are going to say it stays with Warrensburg with 2:43 to go here in the opening quarter, and it's a 10-2 game. Nickus to get it into the corner. Nimmo, 3-ball, no. Rebound inside by Munsterman, and they're going to call it jump ball, and it'll stay with Warrensburg. So it stays 10-2. Good offensive board by Munsterman to get position there. Just could not get it put back in as they called the jump ball instead of a foul there. And now Nickus set to pass it in. Gets it to the cutter, Pitzenbarger. He is one of those guys you got to keep an eye on at all times. Pitzenbarger just cuts right to the bucket on those inbound plays, and he's got 6 points, and all his have come on cuts to the bucket. Back the other way, Pleasant Hill with it underneath, and a travel going to be called on the Roosters. And I do not have him on my roster, and I think Gary's looking at the same thing. Number 10 is not on our roster.
It's Cole Starlin.
Cole Starlin. All right, so we will get that for you. So Starlin in there. Inside they go. For Pitzenbarger, cut to Nappy. Little give no good. Nappy could not finish, and it goes back the other way. 2:05 to go, 12-2 score. Wildham up front now. Hicks from Starlin. 3-ball misses, and out of bounds. And saved out of bounds. I went to use the Pleasant Hill roster that we got, Gary, the other night, and I don't know if you noticed, but check out the
everything's right except the names, the numbers, and I think the ages are all correct. The names aren't.
I have no idea where the names came from.
Coaches are right.
Everything but the names. Those came from somewhere else. So here we are. Nickus into the corner for Pitzenbarger. On the right side, into the right lane is Nimmo, and he walks with it. Turnover back the other way. So 1:36 to go here in the first quarter. A 12-2 lead for the Tigers. Checking in now for
Othick.
Pleasant Hill is Othick. Whittam gets it into Starlin. Starlin going to bring it across the timeline for the Roosters, and he's going to dribble all the way to the lane, and no good. Rebound by Nappy. Nappy ahead for Pitzenbarger. Tipped out of bounds by Pleasant Hill. Good sell job right there by Coach Messenger, even though his guy tipped it right to him. 1:24 to go here in the first. 12-2 our score. Pitzenbarger to pass it in. Gets it in to Nickus, sorry. And get it over to Nappy. Back to Nickus. He fires a 3. No good. Tipped out by Munsterman to Nappy. And Nappy to Munsterman, returns the favor, and Munsterman lays it up and in for an easy deuce. And it's 14-2. So Munsterman with 2. And it's a 14-2 lead in Warrensburg back the other, or Pleasant Hill back the other way, turns it over immediately, and it goes right back to Warrensburg. So 59.9 seconds to go here in the opening period. It's a 14-2 Warrensburg lead. Made the Pleasant Hill player Leda come back to the scorer's table to check in. Getting across the timeline, Munsterman with it on the wing, right side in the right corner for Nappy. Nappy has it right corner, looking to get it inside. Now goes to the top of the key with his dribble. Into the corner now, Nickus. Back out front they go for Nappy. Into the corner now, Munsterman. Munsterman skips it over for Nappy. Inside for Joyner. And a jump ball called on the defense by Leda. And it'll go back to Pleasant Hill. So with 37 seconds to go here in the first quarter, 14-2. Pleasant Hill trails the Tigers of Warrensburg. Get it into Leda ahead for Hicks. Hicks has got it on the wing, left side, going to set up his offense. To Conine now. Conine trying to direct traffic back to Hicks. Hicks has got it between the circles and in the corner for Conine. Conine out of the corner to the wing, top of the key he goes. Spin it over the other way. Now top of the key and spin it back in the corner for Powell. Powell out of the corner, dribbles out of the corner. We're going to call a foul there. Like an offensive variety on that one. And it goes back the other way. Called that one on Hayes. So Warrensburg going to get one last shot here in the quarter. Nappy into the wing, back top of the key, spinning around for Othek now, top of the key. And a 3-second violation, I think, with 1.5. So Pleasant Hill going to get a shot at this one here. One last shot with a minute to go here in the quarter. Fire it in half court. Conine can't control it, and that'll end the quarter. So 1 quarter in the books. Warrensburg leads 14-2. We'll be back after this.
A community always needs a group to help promote the small businesses in its town. Harrisonville Chamber of Commerce does this for Harrisonville. Chamber Golf Tournament, Log Cabin Festival, and monthly meetings. The Chamber events are plentiful and a great way for your business to be seen. Go to harrisonvillechamber.com or watch the weekly Chamber chat for more Chamber happenings.
Something that good teams always possess is the fact they got each other's back. Schroeder Chiropractor in Harrisonville has your back. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, you will feel right at home. And they have a warm, family-friendly waiting area. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in the bright futures and Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
All right, 1 quarter in the books. 14-2. Warrensburg leads the Pleasant Hill Roosters. And for Pleasant Hill, the question in the game for them is going to be, where's their offense going to come from here? That's what they got to find out in this one. It'll be Warrensburg ball to start the second quarter. Munsterman gets it in and throws it to Nickus. Nickus off to Othek now, Pitzenbarger. They get it into a tart little cut to Nappy. Lost the handle on that dribble now to Pitzenbarger. Kick it out for Munsterman now, who has it on the wing, left side. Back over, spin it around. They go back and forth here. And they try to get it in the corner again, and it's stolen away. Out of bounds on the baseline. So 7:30 to go in the half. It is 14-2, Warrensburg with the lead. You know, that said, we talked about where's the offense going to come from for Pleasant Hill. They get it into Leda here. Knocked away from Leda by Tart. But in the same regards, Gary, 70 points from Warrensburg on Monday night. Where's the offense for them going to come from? as they're used to going and their offense kind of running through Barry on the inside, and it has not gone that way so far. Powell with the jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Nimmo. Nimmo going to bring it back the other way. Goes into the corner for Nickus. Nickus has got it in the corner on the right side. Now drops it off for Munsterman in the corner. Back to the wing, and they try to go inside for Nimmo, and it's knocked away, picked up by Hicks. Over to Powell, back to Hicks, and now he's going to bring it across the timeline. Conine with it on the wing left side. Conine dribbles into the corner, goes underneath for Whittem. Up front for Hicks, and Hicks is going to dribble drive. No, rebound by Nimmo, and it's going to go back to Warrensburg with 6:50 to go here in the half. Munsterman's got it underneath. Now backs it off on the wing, top of the key. Nickus spins it around for Nimmo on the left side wing. Nimmo's got it on the wing, left side. Inside they go for Nickus. No good. And off Pitzenbarger, out of bounds, back the other way. And, you know, Pleasant Hill called that timeout about midway through the first quarter, Gary. And there hasn't been much going on since then, only 4 points. And I think that's been in the last about 5 or 6 minutes of actual play. So Hicks going to bring it the other way, drops it to Leda. Leda cannot handle it, and it goes under his feet, out of bounds, and it goes right back to Warrensburg. So 6:25 to go here in the half. Hayes going to check in for Leda. So Hayes in there now for Leda. Warrensburg in a roll of 2-3 zone. Get it off on the wing for Pitzenbarger on the right side, right corner for Munsterman. He goes inside for Baldwin, back to Pitzenbarger, no good. Rebound by the Roosters, and they're going to bring it back the other way. Hicks has got it to Conine, top of the key, 3 by Conine, no. Rebound inside, fight for it. Tart going to come out of there with it in a jump ball, and it'll stay with Pleasant Hill with 6:02 to go in the half. So 14-2 our score here in the first half of this one.
I'm not going to have enough room for my possession arrows.
Get it in and stolen by Nimmo. Nimmo ahead to Baldwin, and Baldwin glass in, no good. Rebound fought for underneath. A scrum for it, back out front for Baldwin. And Baldwin going to set up the offense with 5:45 to go here in the first half. 14-2 the score. Nimmo into the corner for Pitzenbarger on the right side. Right blocks they go for Baldwin. Baldwin tries to get into Tart, kicks it back out. Nimmo into the corner now for Munsterman. Munsterman has it in the corner, now goes to Nimmo. Nimmo going to drive baseline, kick it over for Baldwin. Baldwin elbow to Munsterman. Munsterman drives in, little floater from about the elbow left side by Munsterman, no good. Going to go back the other way with 5:23 to go, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Still 14-2, no offense so far in the second quarter. When you're searching for insurance, it's good to be able to call an agent in your town that can protect you. So if you're looking for auto, life, renters, boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy to be covered, call CPSK Insurance, an auto owner's affiliate. Call and talk to one of the local agents, Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra, located right off I-49 and 291 in Harrisonville at the Millwalk Mall. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. If your business needs covered, they can help you out there as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at cpskinsurance.com. Let the local agents go to work for you.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
All right, 5:23 to go here in the first half. Warrensburg leads 14-2 over the Roosters. Leda's got it to Conine, and it's been that kind of first half for.
I'm sorry I'm not laughing. It's just one of those things when you trip, you can't do anything else. You're going to grab the ball.
And he caught the pass. It just, that would have been a great completion in football.
It would have been.
5:10 to go here in the first half. Baldwin comes back the other way. It's just microcosm of the first half of Pleasant Hill, just trying to find some offense and moving the ball, and it just goes the other way. Nappy into the paint, good for 2, and it's 16-2, and Nappy puts it in with 4:50 to go here in the first half. Heads up play right there by Conine as he was coming across the timeline. And that one goes out of bounds off of Warrensburg. Had he not let that ball bounce and got into the front court, that would have been a backcourt violation. Conine's got it on the near side here, 4:43 to go in the first half. Trying to get it in. Going to get it in to Hicks. Spins it over for Whittem into the corner. 3 ball on the way, blocked out. And they're going to call Pitzenbarger for the foul on that one. And that means Powell's going to go to the line for a triple. And 3 free throws coming for Powell of Pleasant Hill, and he has the only 2 points for Pleasant Hill in this ball game. Goes through his routine, rattles the first one home, makes it 16-3. 2 more to go here. 4:39 to go in the half. 16-3 is our score. Daddy-O's Grill House in Pleasant Hill is our second quarter Pleasant Hill sponsor. I want to give them a shout out for coming on board. Live music this Friday night. Breakfast Saturday and Sunday at 8. Daddy-O's Grill House in Pleasant Hill. It is just down the street from the middle and high school. Second free throw was good as well. 1 more to go for Powell. And he knocks all 3 of them down, makes it 16-5. And Nimmo brings it back the other way. Othick now has it in the corner. And they're going to call the foul. Whittem with the foul. So Whittem called for the foul. He's going to check out. Hicks going to check in for him with 4:30 to go here in this first half. 16-5 our score from Harrisonville. Baldwin, Nappy into the corner for Othick. He dribbles to the elbow now, into the corner now for Nimmo, and they just keep coming out of that corner and feeding back in the corner. Baldwin can't knock it down, and that's picked up by Pleasant Hill, but then stolen right back by Othick, and it goes back to Warrensburg. So Warrensburg retains possession now. Out front is Baldwin with it. Guarded by Starlin, back over on the wing now for Othick. Othick's got it, trying to set up his offense here. And now we get it on the other side for the point guard, Baldwin. Baldwin goes elbow for Nappy. Nimmo, wide open 3, knocks it down. You do not want to leave him open, and when he's that open, he's going to knock him down. He does there. It's 19-5 as Jackson Nimmo has a triple. Starlin comes back the other way, throws it over to Hicks on the wing right side. Back between the circles. Spinning around the other way for Powell. Powell into the corner for Starlin. And now Starlin throws it back, and it's going to go into the backcourt for Hicks. And it goes back to Warrensburg. Reeves into the ball game for Pleasant Hill. So it's Reeves, Leda, Powell, Hicks, Starling. Starlin has it, or Starling guarding up front. Nimmo's got it for Warrensburg on the wing, left side. In between the circles, he goes with it now. Back to the left side, into the corner they go for Baldwin. Baldwin is guarded heavily there, goes back out of the corner, and then into the corner they go for Othick. Now dropping in the corner now for Nimmo. We'll motion into that corner. Motion to Baldwin this time, out of the corner to the wing. Top of the key with his dribble now off for Othick on the wing. Left side, top of the key now for Baldwin. Baldwin has it with 2:45 to go. Back to Othick into the corner for Nimmo. Nimmo goes into the blocks this time for Munsterman. Munsterman triple team, gets rid of it, gets it to Nimmo. Nimmo's going to go in strong, but he walked with it on the way to the bucket. And it's going to be a turnover back the other way. Kohler checks into the game, and Whittem checks back in as well. Kohler to throw it in, gets it in for Powell. Powell ahead to Hicks. Hicks going to break the press, get it ahead to Whittem. He's got it in the corner, left side, left wing. Now Kohler. Kohler goes inside to Leda, knocked away. Good defense by Munsterman to poke it away, and back to the way it goes for Warrensburg with 2:20 to go here in the first half. Nappy's got it in the corner, right side, goes to the right blocks for Munsterman. Munsterman splits the defenders and kicks it in the corner on the left side for Baldwin. Back to Nappy, back to Baldwin. Baldwin fires, no good. Rebound for Whittem, and he's going to bring it back for Pleasant Hill over to Hicks. Hicks has got it, elbow, back out to Powell. Powell will fire a three, no. Long rebound to Hicks for Pleasant Hill. He tried to get it inside for Leda. A little bit too hard on the bounce pass there. Goes back to Warrensburg, and Warrensburg going to bring it back the other way. Nappy has it out on the wing. He's going to skip it in the corner now for Nimmo. Up front they go for Baldwin. Timeout called by the official. One of Warrensburg players had a shoe and tie.
And you like that as a safety issue for the referee to recognize that and to call the timeout.
Check into the ball game is Cox as he checks in for Powell. Give Powell a breather. 19-5 our score here in the first half of this one.
A lot different than the last game that I kept score at.
They get it off for Othick. He's got it into the corner for Baldwin on the right side. Goes right, blocks for Nimmo out front for Othick. Spin it around. Nappy three ball from the left side wing. No good. Rebound inside, though, for Othick. He keeps it alive. Othick trying to set it up. Gets it to Nimmo. Nimmo going to dribble drive. Drop off Nappy. Glass no good. And I'll tell you what, Warrensburg has missed about 5 or 6 of those here in the first half. Hicks has got it now to Leda over on the wing for Whittem. Whittem's got it back between the circles, guarded by Nimmo. Trying to set up their offense, go to Leda. Leda's got it on the left side wing. Back up top for Cox. Cox has got it now. Trying to get rid of it, going to start his dribble. Get it off on the wing, Kohler. Back out front for Whittem. Whittem over for Leda. Leda going to pull up from 17, no good. Rebound inside, fought for, and it's going to come out of there is Othick. Othick going to push it back the other way. He's got it in the corner on the right side. Right wing now, Nimmo, top of the key for Nappy with 35 seconds to go in the half. Inside they go, and the ball tipped away. Back up top it goes for Nappy, and it looks like both games going to be at halftime at basically about the same time as the Ox Gym is going, and that's Clinton and Oak Grove. We'll try to get you an update on that score if we can here at halftime as well. 19-5 the score. Warrensburg looking for this last shot. Baldwin with it between the circles. Goes over on the wing for Nimmo. Back to Baldwin. Over to Othick. Othick going to skip it to Nimmo in the corner. Three ball. No. Rebound. Nappy puts it up and drops it at the buzzer. And it's 21-5 after the Nappy bucket. And we go to the half. 21-5 your score. We'll be right back.
Inside the Trane testing facility, our heating and cooling products go through endless torture tests. We drop them, slam them against a wall, shake them, and then expect them to run without an extra decibel in our anechoic sound chamber. We test so it runs.
On Heating and Cooling is your local Trane dealer. They've been serving Harrisonville and the surrounding communities for over 50 years. If you need service, repair, or replacement of your heat pump, furnace, air conditioner, or indoor air quality equipment, give Hahn a call at 816-380-5659, just like the Wildcats.
It's hard to stop a Trane.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors, next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service, from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
You have many choices when you buy a used car. What do you want? A good deal? A quality vehicle? Outstanding service? At Holland's Auto Sales, you don't have to sacrifice for one of the others. You get all three. The best part is, Steve will be there for you because Holland Auto Sales has been Harrisonville's used car dealer for 36 years. So the next time you're in the market for a used car,
go where the Grammars go, Holland Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
All right, welcome back. It is halftime of both of our games. The game over in the auxiliary gym is 40-20. Oak Grove leading the Clinton Cardinals in that game. Loser of that game goes to the 7th place game tomorrow. The winner of that game will play for the consolation championship on that side of the bracket. Our score here is 21-5. And, Gary talked about it in the second quarter. A little bit different from the games we had on Monday and Tuesday night with a lot of up and down scoring. This one's more of a half court, slow paced, and both teams struggling to find offense right now.
Yeah, and it makes it so much easier to keep score than,
well, you better,
than 103 points. So it's going to give me a little bit of a break before the next game. I'm going to run down some totals for you real quick. For Warrensburg, leading scorer for Warrensburg is Nappy with 8. Pitzenberger's got 6, and then Nemo has 3. Munsterman has 2, and Tart has 2 to round out the 21 points for Warrensburg. Pretty easy on Pleasant Hill side. The only scorer is Powell. He has 5, 2 points in the first quarter, and 3 free throws in the second quarter to round out his 5 to bring the score to 21-5. Nobody's really in foul trouble other than Pitzenberger's got 2. Everybody else either has, Tart has 2 as well. So the 4 fouls committed by Warrensburg in the first were 2 by Pitzenberger and 2 by Tart, and nobody else has any fouls. That is the scoring and rundown for the first half.
Yeah, and you talk about it, it's where's the offense going to come for Pleasant Hill? You had 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and they're just struggling to find the offense here in this ball game, and you know that Coach Messenger's probably in there trying to figure out exactly what he wants to change up at halftime. Warrensburg shot themselves in the foot many a times in that first half as well. Obviously, they're a different team without Barry in there. That is absolutely apparent. But then Tart gets 2 fouls in the first half. He doesn't play a lot. So really, you've got a guard/forward playing your center position in Munsterman most of that second quarter. And he did a good job when they got the ball to him down low. 2 and 3 people are collapsing on him. He was able to find the open looks. Warrensburg's just not knocking down their shots.
No, they scored a total of 68 points on Tuesday, and they scored 18 in the first, 20 in the second, 19 in the third, and then 11 in the fourth. And they've only scored 21 points in the entire half here against Pleasant Hill. And Pleasant Hill's played good defense, but you're right. They missed some easy points. Good looks at some scores, good looks at some plays. They just didn't follow through and convert them.
You look at it, if you're Pleasant Hill, you're down a couple touchdowns and a field goal in this one and see if you can get back into the ball game. You got to have a little bit of fun with this. Warrensburg scored a couple touchdowns in the first and a touchdown in the second to get 21. And, they got a safety in the first at Pleasant Hill and a field goal in the second.
And something you don't see a lot, the Chiefs got a safety in the game the other day, which you don't see that very often in the professionals. And Jerry's got something to say.
That safety with the Browns cost a whole bunch of money on bets, including me.
Well, I laugh. So, I don't know. We've talked about this before a little bit. We have fun up here a lot of times. And one of the things we always talk about, I don't know if anybody that's watching the game tonight, watches SportsCenter on Monday nights. But on Monday night, Scott Van Pelt and one of his buddies, Stanford Steve, have this spot they call Bad Beats. And it's about last-second things that happen in football and basketball games that cause the money to go from one side to the other side. Well, I don't know if anybody watched the game on Monday night, but Baltimore was winning by 3, and Cleveland had one last gasp at it, and they tried the 97 lateral thing, and it kept going backwards, and it ended up in the end zone, and the guy went out of the back of the end zone. So it would have been a push because it was a 3-point deal, and that safety made Baltimore actually win the bet. And so, as they would say, that was beneficial to some and not for others.
And detrimental to many, probably.
Yes, absolutely. And, a whole bunch of people on Twitter afterwards said, that is exactly why I do not bet, because it's stuff like that happens. So Clinton leads 40-20 over Oak Grove. It's hard to get good help, Jerry. we sent Tucker over to see the score. So Clinton leads 40-20 at halftime in the auxiliary gym over Oak Grove. So that was the difference in that one over there. I think Tucker just thought he knew what was going on.
And Clinton scored more points in the first half than they did the whole game against Center the other night. And Oak Grove scored 57 in their game against Harrisonville. So that's what we talk about. It's about matchups. It's not necessarily about anything else.
And you can talk about that all day. About in every sport, you can't figure out why one team does so well against another team, yet then the other two teams play, and it's a completely different outcome, and it all comes down, boils up to matchups. You look at Harrisonville. They matched up poorly against Warrensburg in football this year, but then the next week they thumped somebody that Warrensburg struggled with, and you're just like, how does that work? But it's all about the matchups. We got a couple minutes before we get to second half action. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more on your halftime show and second half tip-off after this. It's 21-5, Warrensburg with the lead on 4Ts.com and 4Ts streaming on YouTube.
Sure, you could drive to the city and save a few dollars on tires, but why? Young's Tire and Wheel Center in Harrisonville is family-owned and operated, and their clients are like family. That, coupled with free flat tire repair on new tires for the life of the tire, means you'd be crazy to drive all over the place to save $1. Trust Young's. That's who 4Ts trust to get them safely to all Wildcat games, home or away. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
All right, we get set for second half action. It is 21-5 at the half of this one. Warrensburg and Pleasant Hill is the score. Jerry's going to smack us here in a little bit because 6 o'clock we're going to have some good food ready for us, and we're going to probably have to send Tucker to go get the food. Jerry might have to pull double duty for about 10 minutes while Tucker goes and gets our food. Or, well, then we could do that too. He could jump down there and do that. Or we could just keep it. We could probably keep it live more than we could have done that, so I'm good with that too. So however we want to do it.
You might let everybody know what we're getting for supper tonight.
Yes, Susie Q right across the way. If you head in there after this game, if you have anybody here at the game, let them know that Susie Q, you get a 10% off if you go in there after the ball game. It's just a stone's throw here from the high school, and you mention the 4Ts special, you will get 10% off of your food. I want to thank all our great Pleasant Hill sponsors for making the Pleasant Hill portion of the broadcast possible. And if Pleasant Hill fans going back home, they may want to hit in to Daddy-O's Grill House, who is one of our great sponsors for Pleasant Hill tonight. Also Sonic of Pleasant Hill, and Designs of Cass County as well. So we go to the second half. Warrensburg going to go right to left in the second half. They're in their darks. Left to right will be Pleasant Hill in the light color. 7:50 to go here as we're underway in the second half. Pitzenbarger double teamed out front. Going to kick it in the corner for Baldwin. Baldwin underneath for Nimmo, gets it into Tart, blocked away by Conine, and it's going to go back the other way with 7:39 to go here in the third. And Hicks is going to bring it up for Pleasant Hill. So Hicks going to take it all the way to the bucket, no good. Rebound by Tart, ahead to Nappy. Nappy going to push it up. Over to the wing, dribbles all the way into the corner. Cut off by Powell in the corner right side. He's going to skip it over to the left side wing for Nimmo. Back up top for Baldwin with 7:15 to go. Baldwin to Nimmo. Nimmo's going to dribble towards the top of the key. On the left side wing, goes into the left corner. Baldwin dribbles underneath. Tries to force it into Nappy, and it's picked off by Widhelm. I got the pronunciation for that at halftime. Widhelm with the steal up front. Widhelm with it. Widhelm's got it back out front for Hicks to Conine to Widhelm. Widhelm out front now for Powell. Powell to Widhelm. Inside they go to Leda. Good ball movement by Pleasant Hill. 21-7. Leda knocks it in. And that's 2 points for Pleasant Hill here to start this second half of play. Baseline jumper by Nappy, no good. Rebound by Leda. And Hicks going to bring it up, 21-7 the score. Whithelm inside for Leda, and they're going to call Tart for the foul with 6:24 to go.
And that's going to be 3 on Tart.
And, you know, one of the things I talked to Coach Messenger about, he said, you know, we're young. He goes, what we're trying to do, we're getting better each and every day, each and every game. They're getting better from half to half. That was the best set they've had in the ball game out of that last possession. They have it off on the wing, and they hand off Whithelm. He's going to fire a 3, connect, 4-3, and it's 21-10. 5 quick points at Whithelm for 3. So Whithelm for 3, and now it goes back the other way. Off Nappy's forehead, out of bounds. So Nimmo to Nappy, and it's out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Roosters. So a 5-0 run to start the second half, and all of a sudden it's a 21-10 game here, Pleasant Hill and Warrensburg. Then out in the backcourt, and Whithelm gets it back off to Hicks. Hicks inside. Try to get it to Powell, cut off by Pitzenbarger. So quick is Pitzenbarger to cut off those passing lanes. They're going to kick it in the corner left side for Nimmo. Out of the corner of the wing is Nimmo with his dribble, trying to set up the Warrensburg offense. Now he goes baseline for Nappy. The other side they go for Pitzenbarger. Pitzenbarger drops one in, and he's going to go to the line for an and one. It's 23-10. One more to go here. Pitzenbarger's not big in stature, but he just plays big. He's so quick, gets those cuts. He was their wide receiver on their football team, and you can tell how athletic he is with how quick he can cut and get to the basket. He did it there, got the and one opportunity, chance to knock this down. He misses. He's got 8 in the game. Rebound by Powell. Powell gets it to Hicks, and Hicks going to take it across the timeline. Whithelm's got it on the wing up front, and it's stripped away by Pitzenbarger. He's going to go coast to coast and one again. Pitzenbarger, back-to-back buckets and one opportunities. It's 25-10 with 5:25 to go here in this third quarter.
And that's 2 quick fouls on Powell.
And that's the one, you know, the offense has kind of ran through him in this game, so you don't want to have him pick up any more quick fouls because he may have to take a seat on the bench for a little bit. Free throw is good that time, and now 11 for Pitzenbarger, and it's 26-10. Warrensburg erases that 5-0 run real quick and has a 5-0 of their own. Conine across the timeline, has it on the wing, into the corner. Whithelm for 3, good. 26-13. Whithelm's starting to heat up. He's got 6 and a couple of threes here after missing a couple threes in the first half. 26-13 to score. Nappy's got it on the wing. Trying to set up the offense, goes underneath for Pitzenbarger. And Pitzenbarger can't get it to fall, but he tips it out to Nimmo. Nimmo now drops it back to Pitzenbarger, blocked from behind by Powell. That is 3 on Powell. All of them coming in the first 3 minutes of this second half. And 2 free throws coming up for Pitzenbarger with 4:52 to go here in the third. 26-13 your score. 4:52 to go here in the third. First free throw no good by Pitzenbarger. Has one more to go. He's only 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Second one up and misses that one short, so only 1 for 4 from the line, leaving some points out there, and it becomes an empty possession for Warrensburg. So 4:40 to go. Back the other way we go, into the corner, 3 ball, good, and 1. You don't see that very often. Nickus knocks it down for 3, and he's fouled. So he's going to go to the free throw line. You got to give that shooter room to land.
And that's 4 on Powell, just like that.
So Powell had no fouls in the first half, and he got 4 in 3 minutes and 24 seconds of the second half. And 1 opportunity, no good. It was a chance for a 4-point play there, and Warrensburg not knocking down their free throws, just 1 for 5 on the night. 3 no good by Conine, off the foot of Conine. I'm going to say is off of Nickus. And it'll stay with Pleasant Hill with 4:26 to go here in the third. There they go. Hicks to Whithelm. Whithelm's going to go into the corner for Conine. Inside, they try to go to Leda. Led him just a little bit too much there, and it's going to go back the other way.
Good thought, though, because there's nobody behind him.
So Nickus Pitzenbarger into the corner for Nimmo. Knocked away as they try to get into Munsterman, but it's picked up again. Pitzenbarger, he's that guy that'll frustrate you all night long because he's always in the right place, right time. They call those guys garbage men. They like those loose balls and stuff like that. 3 ball, no good by Whithelm, and it's a rebound by Nappy. Nappy going to push it up for Pitzenbarger. Pitzenbarger going to drive to the bucket, no, and it's going to stay with Warrensburg here. Othick checks in. Also checking into the ball game will be Hayes. So 3:45 to go, third quarter, 31-13 the score. Warrensburg's opened it up to an 18-point advantage. Largest lead of the night for the Tigers. Nickus trying to get it in. He's going to get it in for Othick. Top of the key they go for Nappy. Nappy's got it to Othick into the corner now. Nimmo on the left side, out of the left corner with his dribble to the left elbow, and gets it into the corner now. Nappy. Nappy drops it baseline for Othick to Munsterman. Munsterman can't connect, and it goes back the other way with a 18-point lead now stolen away by Nappy. Puts it up, no good. He's fouled from behind by Conine, and he'll go to the free throw line for a pair. Warrensburg did not shoot a free throw in the first half. This is going to be their 6th and 7th free throw of the second half, and we're only about 5 minutes through the third quarter, I should say. Nappy at the line, 4-2. First one, no. Has one more to go here. So Starlin checks in for the Roosters. 3:20 to go here in the third, and Nappy's second free throw is coming up. He knocks that one down. Warrensburg is struggling from the line, though. 32-13 their score, but they're just 2 for 7 from the free throw line in this one. 3:20 to go here in the third. It's a 19-point Warrensburg lead. Hicks has got it in the backcourt, and that one is thrown back at him by Nimmo as he tried to get it across the timeline with a pass, and Hicks gets it into the front court now. Conine into the corner. They go for Kohler, back to Starlin. Starlin's got it on the wing left side. He's going to dribble into the paint. Reach in foul called on Warrensburg. Going to call that one on Othick. Ball set to come in for Conine to Starlin. Back to Conine. Underneath Kohler, wide open. Good look. 32-15 as Kohler knocks it in for 2. Into the corner they go for Othick, out of the corner to the wing. Now they drop it in the corner now for Nickus. Nickus out of the corner, back out front. Going to go to the right side now for Munsterman. Into the right corner now for Nimmo. Over the other way they go. 3 ball by Nickus is good. So that is a 3 ball, 35-15 by Nickus. And he's got a couple of threes in this second half, and it's a 20-point advantage. Get it in now to Starlin for Pleasant Hill. Sorry, they get it into the corner. Cannot hang on, out of bounds. That one pinballed off of 3 different players. Hicks, Nickus, and Tart all touched it, and last off of Warrensburg. 2:08 to go here in the third. 35-15 the score, 20-point advantage. Nimmo going to check out, take a break. Pitzenbarger checks back in for him. They get it into Hicks. Hicks has got it to the give. Good move by Starlin. He just couldn't finish, and it goes back the other way. Othick to Nickus, over to Pitzenbarger on the wing, right side of the right wing, right elbow with his dribble. Starlin reaches in on him, and down goes Pitzenbarger, and I'm not real sure what happened, but I think I might have an idea what happened for Pitzenbarger there. He wasn't getting up limping, and you get hit one of those spots you just don't want to get hit in while you're playing a basketball game. 1:56 to go here, third quarter. 35-15 our score. Warrensburg tries to get it in. They get into Tart, puts it up and in for two. 37-15 is the score. After Tart, now a steal the other way. Nickus puts it up. No, he'll go to the free throw line for two.
It's going to be two quick ones on Tart, and that takes him to the bonus. He's shooting, though, on that one.
Not on Tart.
No, Starlin.
Starlin, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You said Tart. I was like, wait a minute, what? You got me lost there.
Tart
got the bucket. I got you. So Tart, two quick buckets by Tart, I think is what you were thinking in your head. Both free throws missed, though, and Warrensburg still struggling from the line. Woodhelm's going to bring it across the timeline, tries to get it to Starlin, out of bounds, and back the other way it goes. So 37-15 the score. Warrensburg brings it back up. Nickus off to Pitzenbarger. Pitzenbarger's got it now on the wing right side. Goes into the blocks for Tart. Tries to drop it off for Munsterman. Munsterman goes up strong, and he'll go to the free throw line for a pair. So at the free throw line will be Munsterman for two here. Got it into traffic and went up strong with it, and we'll go to the line up by 22. Misses the front end, 37-15. One more to go here.
Well, they've struggled from the line tonight.
They absolutely have struggled. They have two. Are they 2-10 now? Second free throw coming up for the Tigers. And Munsterman's able to knock that one down. Make it 37-16. 38-16. I guess I just wrote down 37 twice in a row. Kohler into the corner they go for Hayes. Back out front it goes. Starlin with it, trying to set up his offense and loses. The handle going to be guarded by Othick there and fouled. So 1:10 to go here in the third. 38-15 is the score. Trying to get it in. They do to Woodhelm. Woodhelm's get it off for Reeves. Reeves back out. Long three by Conine, no good. Reeves tries to get the offensive board. They're going to say it's off Munsterman, out of bounds. It'll stay with Pleasant Hill, and 59.5 to go in the third. Both teams' offensive games have picked up here in this quarter. Gonna go inside with it to Reeves. Little spinner, no. Tart with the rebound for the Tigers, and it's gonna go back the other way. Get it off for Munsterman. Good take to the rim. Munsterman, no good, blocked away. Tart puts it up and in for two, and he's able to knock it down and makes it 40-16 with 38 seconds to go here in the third. Get it ahead on the wing into the corner for Starlin. Starlin drop off now inside, no good. Try to get that one into Cox. He couldn't connect, and it goes back the other way with 25 seconds. Pitzenbarger skips it over to Munsterman. Munsterman with it on the left wing into the left corner. Back out front now. Pitzenbarger with 17. Warrensburg going to go look for one last shot here in the third. 40-15 the score. They get it Othick inside to Tart. Skip it out. Three ball by Nickus. No good. And Warrensburg or Pleasant Hill going to get one last shot. No. We go to the fourth. 40-16 is the score. We'll be right back after this.
Competition between teammates makes for a stronger and better team. Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth of American Family Insurance were both Wildcats on the field. Now they are competitors off the field. They know that you have many choices for insurance, so they're teaming up to offer free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. Call Lacey at 816-380-2700 or Cam at 816-380-3996 and get started on your new insurance quote today.
All right, welcome back. 8 minutes on the clock. We go to the fourth quarter, 40-16 the score. And both teams pretty much played an entire half in that third quarter. If you look at the first half stats, it was 21-5 at the half. And Warrensburg outscores Pleasant Hill 19-11 in the third when they only had 21 in the first half and Pleasant Hill only had 5. So both teams getting in the scoring column. It's 40-15 as we go to the fourth, a 25-point game in this one. Has 8 minutes on the clock as we get ready for fourth quarter action here. We will have the nightcap after this one, and that will be Harrisonville and Center for a chance to go to the championship. Whoever wins this one, looking like Warrensburg right now, will go to the championship game and face the winner of that game tonight. Pleasant Hill would face the loser. There's a strip by Othick ahead to Munsterman. Munsterman in the paint, tries to drop it off, put it in the hands of Hicks, though, and it's going to go back the other way with 7.5 to go in the ball game. 40-15 the score. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound Munsterman ahead for Othick. Othick going to put it in. He stops inside, kicks it out for Munsterman. Munsterman back to Othick. Othick spins it around Nickus into the corner. 3 ball, Pitzenbarger, no. And a rebound underneath by Conine with 7:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Get it off on the wing. Top of the key for Leda. Leda goes inside for Cox. Cox gets it back out. 3 ball on the way by Conine. Good inside out move by Pleasant Hill. And it's going to stay with Pleasant Hill after it goes out of bounds off of Othick. So good ball movement right there by Pleasant Hill. Just couldn't knock down the open look on the outside. Try to get in. They get into Leda. Leda spinning on Joyner. No good. Rebound by Munsterman. And Munsterman's got it. Clears it out to Pitzenbarger, and he's going to bring it across the timeline in this one. Munsterman into the corner for Nickus. Nickus fires it up in the air. Saved. And to Pleasant Hill. So back the other way we go. And now Powell in there. Got it to go and one. Good move by Powell. Makes it 40-18. Or sorry, 40-17. I don't know where I got the 16. I just started writing 16 down, I guess. Gary didn't even change.
I'm still trying to catch up.
So 40-17 the score. Free throw is good. 40-18 now our score. And we got a timeout on the floor. We will take a timeout as well with 6.5 to go in this one. Warrensburg in control.
For a limited time, you pay what we pay going on at Max Motors dealerships. Shop 24 hours a day. Exclusive at Max Motors, you pay what we pay and not a penny more on any new Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC in stock. All invoices clearly displayed with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest.
Take your car shopping to the max.
Max Motors is your Kansas City dealer. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
Six and a half to go here in the fourth quarter. Harrisonville. I've called a few Harrisonville games in my day, maybe that's why. 40-18, Warrensburg leads Pleasant Hill in this one. So 6:33 to go. Warrensburg's going to have the ball. Pitzenbarger to pass it in. It's Pitzenbarger, Nickus, Othick, Joyner, and Munsterman. And get it inside. Othick has it into the corner now. Pitzenbarger to Nickus. Nickus loses the handle, gets it back to Pitzenbarger on the wing left side. going to go right side wing for Munsterman. Munsterman's got it on the right side wing, goes to the top of the key with it, trying to set up his offense, get it over on the wing into the corner. They go for Pitzenbarger on the right side. He drives into the paint, no good. And they're going to call a two-shot opportunity for Pitzenbarger. That might be the one place Pitzenbarger does not want to be here in this game. He is 1 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. Now 1 for 5. He's got 13 points in the ball game. 6:08 to go in this one. 40-18 is our score. We await substitutions here. With 6:08 to go. Pitzenbarger has one more here. And the second one is up and rattles it home. Makes it 41-18. Pleasant Hill to pass it in. Whithelm's to throw it in, gets it into Leda. Leda drops it off and stolen away by Nickus to Pitzenbarger, who will go right back to the line with 6:02 to go. So 41-18 your score, 6:02 to go. And 2 free throws coming up for Warrensburg here. Thank all of the great Pleasant Hill sponsors who made the broadcast for the Pleasant Hill side of things possible. Daddy O's Grill House, as well as Designs by Cass County and Sonic of Pleasant Hill. 6:02 to go. He knocks down both of them that time, makes it 43-18. He goes back the other way. Williams up front. Now for Powell. Powell's got it, trying to direct traffic here. 43-18 our score, 5:50 to go in this one. Get it off for Whithelm. He's going to drive, kick it off for Hicks. Hicks thought about a 3, trying to get into Leda. Now goes back top of the key with it for Cox over to Whithelm. Whithelm back to Cox, now out front for Leda. Leda's got it out front, skips it over for Hicks. Hicks has got it, dribbles into the corner, now drops it off for Powell. Powell into the paint. Tries to get it over for Whithelm, and it's knocked out of bounds by Nimmo with 5:26 to go in the fourth. 43-18 is the score. Conine checks back in. Checks in for Leda. 43-18 the score. Skip it in to Conine. Back out front they go. For Hicks, and a foul called. I don't think the officials know that we've got. I don't think the officials know we've got some yummy food to eat after this ball game. They keep blowing that whistle. Starling gets it off for Whithelm. Whithelm into the corner for Reeves. Out front they go for Conine. Conine with it now. He's going to drive in. Tries to drop it off, and a foul called. We call that one on Nappy. 25-point lead for the Tigers here. 43-18 the score. Starling into the corner. Conine fires for 3. No good. Ball tipped out by Pitzenbarger. Goes right to Nimmo to Nappy. Nappy's got it top of the key. Over Nickus underneath for Pitzenbarger. He puts it up. No good. Falls to the ground. And they're going to call kick ball that time on Pitzenbarger. He fell to the ground. He was like, I'm going to try to kick this out to my teammate with 4:51 to go. So Kohler checks in for Conine with 4:51 to go here in the contest. It's 43-18 the score. So trying to get it in. They get it in for Reeves in the backcourt. Full court pressure being applied. Good steal by Nickus. He's got it in the corner left side, left wing for Pitzenbarger. Out to Nappy. Nappy's going to skip it to Nickus. Nickus fires from that baseline corner. No good. Rebound by Nappy. Picks it back up. Set up his offense. Goes into the corner now. Nimmo on the right side to the right ring with his dribble. And now he's going to go underneath for Nappy. Nappy backs his way in, and they're going to call the offensive foul kind of put a hip check into Hayes there, and they're going to buzz Nappy with it. It goes back the other way with 4:25 to go.
He just needed a little bit more room in there to be able to make the bucket.
And I think he would have been fine if he would have went straight up, because they probably would have called foul on the defender, and then he would have been shooting free throws. Starlin gets it in, pushes it across the timeline, off to Whithelm. Whithelm skips it over for Reeves. Reeves going to dribble drive, no. Rebound bounces around. Kohler comes up with it, and as a scramble for it, Starling gets it back to Whithelm. He'll fire a long three, good. Whithelm's got 3 triples, 43 to 21. Back the other way it goes. Pitzenbarger has it. They go underneath for Nappy, and they try to skip it over for Nimmo, and off of his hands out of bounds. Trey Whithelm reminds me of an Orpin. His body language is in the look from up here. He looks like an Orpin, and if anybody watched Pleasant Hill games, Pleasant Hill fans are probably watching. They've seen the Orpins for years, and I mean, I feel like usually there's an Orpin on a Pleasant Hill men's team, and I haven't seen one this year. But it reminds me, just the body language and the look and the build looks like an Orpin out there. 3:45 to go, fourth quarter. 43-21 is the score. They kick it off. Reeves will fire a 3, no short. Rebound by Cox inside. He's going to skip it out to Starlin, and Starlin throws it in the backcourt as he tried to get it to Whithelm. So 3:32 to go. Turnover back the other way. It's been a weird game because it's been a long game, and it's not been a relatively high-scoring game. A lot of stoppages in this one. Ball in, have it on the wing is Munsterman. He's going to go baseline with it. Out, that was Chapman with the ball on the wing now with 3:20 to go. Into the corner, back out of the corner to the wing. Underneath for Munsterman. He gets it into Tart. Tart cannot connect. There's a scramble for it. Chapman's going to get it and go up for 2. So he will have a 2-shot opportunity here with 3:11 to go in this fourth quarter. 2-shot opportunity for Chapman. First one no good. Joyner set to check in for Tart. Chapman second, pops it down, makes it 44-21. Underneath, 3 ball on the way. Get it off on the wing, out front they go. Whithelm off for Kohler, back out front. Into the corner again, 3 ball, no. Back out front they go. So Warrensburg and Pleasant Hill here, 44-21 the score, 2.5 to go in this one. Looks like Warrensburg is going to hold off Pleasant Hill. They will play in the championship on Friday night. There's a 3 on that one, make it 44-24. After the triple there. I didn't see who that was, Gary.
It was Reeves.
Reeves for 3. And just as I asked you who that was, there was another shot at the other end. It goes back the other way. Joyner had the 2. And it is 46-24 with 2 minutes to go. And there's a bucket by Starlin, and it's 46-26. Now we're both trying to play catch up here. And now there's a steal, and back the other way it goes. Layup by Whithelm is missed. Rebound by Munsterman. And a bucket back
by Othick.
Othick this time. Make it 48-26. 1:27 to go here in this one. Starlin tries to get it inside, stripped away, picked up, steal by Munsterman. Ahead to Othick. Othick gonna push it all the way. Glass and good for 2. Othick. So Othick's got a couple buckets here. Makes it 50-26. Gonna skip it up to Reeves into the corner. Kohler jumper, no good. With 55 seconds to go, spin move is no good by Hayes. Or sorry, that's Cox. And it's gonna go back the other way. Munsterman's got it out on the wing. He's gonna dribble in, kick it in the corner for Othick. Othick gonna dribble drive. He puts it up, and he's got 6. And it's 52-26. Warrensburg has doubled up the Roosters with 35 seconds to go in this one. So time winding down in this one. I'm gonna let Gary start getting his totals wrapped up so we can have a quick post-game show for you. 52-26 is the score here in the third. 19 seconds to go. Starlin has it, and a steal by Othick, and Othick's going to put it up and in for 2. He's got 8. 54-26 the score, and I believe that's going to wrap things up. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back to wrap it up on our postgame show right after this. Final score, 54-26. Warrensburg will play at 8:30 tomorrow night against the winner of Harrisonville Center.
For a limited time, you pay what we pay going on at Max Motors dealerships. Shop 24 hours a day. Exclusive at Max Motors, you pay what we pay and not a penny more on any new Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC in stock. All invoices clearly displayed with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest.
Take your car shopping to the max.
Max Motors is your Kansas City dealer. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
Sherwood Community Bank is the hometown bank with all the big bank perks. Internet banking, auto, home, boat, and farm loans. You can get it all at one of their 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville. Checking or savings account all you need? Don't worry. Sherwood Community Bank has you covered there as well. Stop going to the banks where you're just an account number. Go to Sherwood Community Bank where you're part of the family.
And tell them Braxton sent ya.
For a limited time, you pay what we pay going on at Max Motors dealerships. Shop 24 hours a day. Exclusive at Max Motors, you pay what we pay and not a penny more on any new Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC in stock. All invoices clearly displayed with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest.
Take your car shopping to the max.
Max Motors is your Kansas City dealer. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
Community is important to Excalibur Contracting. Being a Harrisonville business for 14 years, they understand what it takes to be successful and make Harrisonville successful. If you need help with a remodel, grounds, athletic field maintenance, mowing, or landscape, Excalibur Contracting is who to call. Mike and Natalie Johnson with Excalibur are proud to back the Blue both on and off the field.
Stop going online and paying top dollar to make a t-shirt. Call Cindy at C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing. She will walk you through the whole process and have you or your organization looking the best. It's no mistake that 4T's Broadcasting is always the best dressed crew around. We trust Cindy with all of our apparel on game day. Put a personal C Squared touch on your next order. Whether it's just 1 or 100, C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing can get it done. Check them out on Facebook or go see them on the Clinton Square.
Your score.
Stop
Your
going online
embroidery.
and paying top dollar.
You could hear that in the background there. C Squared Embroidery, one of our great sponsors each and every week. She always outfits us each year. And we have some stylish gear. We're going to get new hoodies tomorrow. I'm excited about that to see how those turned out, as we'll have some hoodies. We'll be in new gear tomorrow night. And the final score, 54-26. And I'll run down the scoring by quarter, and then I'll let Gary run down the totals. Warrensburg led 14-2 after 1. They outscored Pleasant Hill 7-3 in the second to lead 21-5 at the half. They outscored them 19-10 in the third to take a 40-15 lead. And they outscored Pleasant Hill 14-11 to win it 54-26. And they will play the winner of Center and Harrisonville coming up after this contest, and it'll be a fun nightcap for us. So those are the scoring totals. I'll let Gary give us the stats, and then we're going to get out of here and eat some dinner.
Individual scoring for Warrensburg, leading the way was Pitzenberger with 16 and Nappy with 9 and Othick with 8. Remaining scoring was Nemo with 3, Munsterman with 3, Nickus with 6, Chapman with 1, Tart with 6, and Joyner with 2 to round out the scoring 54 points for Warrensburg. For Pleasant Hill, leading scorer was Whithelm with 9, Powell with 8, and then the remaining scoring Lita was with 2, Reeves with 3, Kohler with 2, and Starlin with 2 to round out their scoring of 26 points. Again, with Warrensburg prevailing over Pleasant Hill 54-26 in the early game.
So that is going to wrap it up for game 1. If you want to watch game 2, just simply log back into YouTube or on the website, and we will have that for you on either one of those, and it'll be under Center versus Harrisonville or Harrisonville versus Center, and we will have that game coming up in about 40 minutes. We'll probably go live here in about 15 minutes or so. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more in a little bit.